Good morning, YouTube. As always, hopefully you are all good and doing well. And welcome to a week in the life of my first week of my 9 to 5. So today is Monday, the 2nd of March. It is currently 20 minutes past 6. I woke up 20 minutes ago. And it is my very first day of employment for like, what, 2 years, 2 and a bit years? And it's not that I've been a bum for the last 2 years and not doing anything, but I've been fully self-employed for the last couple of years. But now, due to changes in personal circumstances and also realising it was just the right time to do so, I'm now getting a 9 to 5 job, and I'm documenting the process of me both getting into the best shape of my life whilst doing so, and also just like learning to navigate it all and everything like that as well. I'm a little bit tired this morning. Woke up a little bit earlier than what I normally would, and I'm out getting my steps in because I naturally sort of want to align the amount of stress that I put my body through and everything like that. Not that doing steps is particularly stressful, but like when I'm going to be training and everything, I want to do that earlier on in the day, so that when I get home from work, I can just start sort of like unwinding, chilling out. For the first few days, my plan is no gym. I need a bit of a deload from the gym anyway. Wake up at 6 a.m. to start getting used to things, getting up a bit earlier. And then I'm probably going to be getting up at like 5 a.m. to get to the gym normally. I'm hoping that you can hear this okay, because the traffic's going past and a huge truck is just about to go past. But I'm feeling like a little bit nervous about my first day. I'm also excited. Like I said, I know this is like the right step for me at this moment in time. It doesn't feel like a step back. It's going to take time away from like me and my business, but I know that I'm just going to have to be more efficient with the time that I have. I say, like, I am excited for it, excited for the opportunities both within the job that I'm actually going to be doing, and also just the change and everything like that. I'm sort of trying to embrace the change as opposed to being like resistant to it. Sure, I'll be a bit more nervous when I'm actually outside the office for the first time, but I'm going to go and crack on with getting my steps in. It is now about 10 minutes past 8 and I am waiting around the corner. I'm meant to be there for 8:30, but I'm waiting around the corner because I don't want to be there like horrendously early. I had to wear my Panda trainers today because I got the smart shoes, but like whilst driving I wore the Panda shoes because I don't want to get these boys all creased up, the mighty Clarks, creased up too soon. I have got my food with me and everything like that. I have got my overnight oats, which hopefully I can put in the fridge, and then also some chicken mince, which hopefully I can put in the fridge as well, because I've not got a cool box. And I'm like, right, as the new person, I don't want to take up too much space of the fridge. I'm literally, any small thing I am thinking about. I'm not feeling too nervous. Whenever I'm feeling nervous about anything, what I will think about is the times that I've had like experiences beforehand that I basically look for evidence that is contrary to what I'm like feeling like. So I think I mentioned about this before, but say for example, like I've had first days before in other jobs like Pure Gym, Iceland, even home base, and they all went fine. So it would be unreasonable for me to expect for this one to not. But I don't know what I'm going to be doing or anything. As I say, I'm not overly nervous. Obviously, you're going to be a little bit nervous. I feel like I look the part. I'm happy with how I look. I've been brave today. I haven't got a tie on. Most of the time, like I looked at all the pictures, and the people that are in the pictures don't look like they wear like ties or anything. When I've been in there, they haven't been wearing ties. And so I don't know if I'm being a bit brave by going no tie first day, but hopefully I don't get told off for it. I'm going to wait here for like 10 more minutes, get there like 10 minutes early. I need to just respond to clients, respond to Instagram messages, and then I will see you whenever I see you next, probably at the end of my day, because I'm not imagining that I'm going to be YouTube vlogging on my first day in the office. So I'll see you later. Good evening. Look at that for a transition. It is now 7 o'clock, so nearly, 11 hours since I last spoke to you. I've had my full first day. Obviously couldn't get much footage because, as I said, I wasn't going to be YouTube vlogging in a brand new office or anything. But got some steps in at lunchtime, and honestly, my brain just feels like it's like quite fried. There was so much like listening and just so many different like systems and like learning things and everything like that. And I did not expect to feel as tired as I do. I have come back home. I have done the rest of my steps that I needed to do. I've also done my client check-ins, and I'm currently making up my dinner, which is just reheating this lovely thing that Erin made yesterday. One of the best meals I've literally ever had in my life. It was so good. I'm having some tagliatelle. I'll show you what I had yesterday, because it will look better than what I'm going to have tonight. I also made my overnight oats, so I'm always one day in advance with that, just in case I forget or something like that at some point in time. But as I say, first day, all good. Everyone was really nice. Everyone was very like welcoming and everything like that. It's now 7 o'clock. As I said, I'm basically planning on winding down for the day. I'm just trying to sort of take things a little bit easier to start with, as I am sort of getting used to things, and then sort of ramping things up, say like doing work on the side of the work that I'm doing. But I'm trying to sort of like, as I say, just take it easy to start with and get what I can do done. Tomorrow, I'm going to film tomorrow and show you what I'm up to. I'm especially going to film the evening because I am going to be meal prepping. So I'll probably show you through my day under like music or something like that. So I'll probably see you tomorrow evening for the next bit of the vlog. Good evening. It is now day 2 of employment in a 9 to 5, and it is also meal prep evening. I am currently sort of like experimenting with meal prep in terms of seeing how long food lasts and everything like that. And so I decided that I'd do Monday, Tuesday, and then on Tuesday I would cook the rest. So I am currently cooking my chicken mince for the next couple of days. I've also just gone and made my overnight oats, not for tomorrow, but for the day after, because as mentioned yesterday, I always have the next days available, but I go and pre-make the day after, because I find with overnight oats, after a couple of days, they start to not be as nice. So that's why I'm doing that. And also the reason I'm using chicken mince, I also would use, say, like beef mince or something like that, just because I find it goes a little bit less dry when you sort of like, say, overcook it. And it's just easier to cook as well, like it's just so easy. But what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to add a little bit of peri sauce onto this at the very end. I'm then going to put it all into a bowl, weigh it all, and then just take half and have half portion for tomorrow and half of the portion Thursday. But for my lunches, what I'm having at the moment is I'm having 250 grams of chicken mince, as mentioned, a bag of golden vegetable rice, and I'm also taking my overnight oats with me. And then in the mornings around that, I'm having cream of rice with some protein powder just before I leave. And I'm then coming home in the evening, sort of seeing where my macros lie, which obviously, because I've been having the same things, will always pretty much be the same place. And then I just determine, you know what do I fancy that's gonna fit within my macros in the evening, and then make that. So tonight I'm having like a single potato, some prawns, and also some tuna as well. So really pushing the boat out tonight. But the second day has gone all good as well. I'm basically just shadowing the person who is training me, and he's telling me everything that I need to know, which is quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, there's certainly lots to learn. This morning it was definitely like a little bit harder to wake up than it was the day before, and it's only day 2. I think there was a little bit less adrenaline, and when my alarm went off, well, I actually just woke up at 10 to 6, so I just got up, but the thought of getting up was already a little bit harder. So when I'm going to be waking up at 5 a.m. next week, that's going to be interesting. Good morning. It is now the morning of day 3, and it was much harder to get up this morning. As I was mentioning yesterday, it was hard yesterday, but I think like the changes in like routine and everything like that this morning. The alarm went off and I really didn't want to get up, but I realised like I don't want to do my steps after work and have so many to do, because through the day I barely do any. Like I'll be sat at like the same desk, I'll maybe do like 200, unless obviously I go for like my 20-minute walk on lunch. The last thing that I want to do is have to come back and have to do like 8k steps or something like that. So it's currently 6:15 again, still not training. I was tempted to try and give training a go towards the end of this week to sort of see how it feels, but I think I might just give it a miss this week, because as I say, I needed to deload anyway. I feel fucking knackered today. This week, honestly, I mean, it's only Wednesday now, but this week has felt like a long week. I think because the days have sort of felt a bit longer, because of obviously just really being out of like sync with everything. It feels like it should probably be like Friday right now, but it's only Wednesday. I'm changing up the route for this morning's walk, and I'll talk to you a little bit later on. We are properly pushing the boat out this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I did not have cream of rice and protein powder. I instead had cocoa rice with a protein shake, and I'm also today I've gone for the first non-white shirt of the working experience. It's a light grey shirt, getting almost a bit too crazy. I've got here, I was literally the first person here again, so I'm looking like a weirdo at this moment. I'm looking like a teacher's pet. I was here at like 8:10. Yeah, I'm here, that's all that matters, and now I'm going to go into work. Good evening, I'm now back from work. I actually did some work today as opposed to just shadowing the person who's showing me everything. So I actually did everything from an initial sort of like consultation almost with a client to then like going through the different stages of like a mortgage and all that sort of stuff, which was actually much more interesting than what I thought it was. Things at the moment aren't really making sort of sense in my head. Like everything feels a little bit all over the place, and there's all these new systems to get used to and everything like that. But I'm there and I'm like, well, literally everything that I've ever done before, you had no idea what you were doing, and it just takes time to learn it. And I feel like I'm sort of getting to grips with it okay. I am currently in the habit of basically trying to, it's almost like, I'm almost thinking of this like being back at school. Like when I was in school, I was so like regimented and in a routine. I would do the exact same things at the exact same time each day and everything like that. And I'm always trying to approach it the same way because my brain just likes that. So the first thing that I'm doing pretty much, I didn't do it yesterday. So I mean, technically out of the 3 days, I've literally only done it one day. So I suppose I'm not really that much in a routine, but we're developing it. So I have been liking coming in straight away, washing everything up that I need to, that I haven't washed up at work, then just making my overnight oats straight away, doing all my ironing that I need to do, if anything, and just getting basically everything sorted for the next work day straight away, so I can then go and do any other work that I want to on my business. So like client messages, content and everything like that around work, and then I can basically in the evening chill out a little bit. Last night I only got an hour to chill out watching Drive to Survive before sort of going to bed, but that is what I have been doing. And tonight I need to iron my white shirt, going back to the white shirt instead of the light grey one. I also need to make sure that my head is shaved and my facial hair is looking a little bit nicer, because tomorrow I'm getting my pictures taken for work that will show up on all the things. So I want to make sure that I'm nice and presentable for that. But day 3's been all good. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that I was doing work more. It made the day go much quicker. Like yesterday did drag on a little bit just because obviously I was watching the person and not really doing anything, and I always like to be busy. But yeah, that is this evening. That is all that I'm going to do for the YouTube side of things. And tomorrow is actually my birthday. Good morning, guys. It is now Thursday, the 5th of March, and it is actually my birthday. So woke up this morning, went and did my steps, and it was actually a really nice morning with a really nice sunrise. I've also just had to shave my noggin because today I have got my photos, I've been told. So had a little trim of the moustache to try and look a little bit more presentable. Fresh trim, cocoa butter, Jean-Paul Gaultier on to smell nice, and then I'm going to be wearing, this is the fit for today, classic Hugo Boss belt. These trousers actually wore to my sister's wedding, then just an M&S white shirt, and I'm also going to be wearing my M&S thing, but it's navy with navy and it's sort of different navy. we'll see if we get away with it or if we get bullied for it, which I don't imagine that I would. But I did get told, well, did get a little bit of banter for wearing white socks the other day, so I've learnt from my ways and I'm already wearing black socks. But I need to get cracking, so let's go. Back home from work, and I am enjoying it so far, without a doubt. It's, I think I mentioned, if you've seen the previous video, I mentioned about how, obviously, the last couple of years I've been online fitness coaching. And for a long time, I felt like I needed a job, but didn't have one. Just trying to sort of make full-time coaching work as much as possible. And now I'm still coaching, but on the side, but I'm actually really enjoying this. Obviously it takes time away from me being able to coach, and it is like coaching is now a bit more of a side thing than what it obviously was. But I'm actually really happy with the change that I've made. I just really enjoy it. Like it's fun learning about what I'm learning about, even though it's mortgages, which I never thought was going to be that interesting. It's relatively interesting. I'm liking dealing with all the figures and everything like that, and actually doing what I am doing. And the place that I'm working feels like a really good fit for me as well. So I'm actually very much enjoying the process. And as I say, also, one thing that I found is that previously I would really struggle with sort of separating my sort of free time and working time, because obviously self-employed, I just didn't really have that structure to things. And sometimes what it would be is like, I would get to my free time, or what would be my free time with Erin, for example, and I wouldn't feel like I could sort of disconnect or unwind or anything. Whereas now I do feel like I can, because I've sort of done my work for the day, and then everything else is just sort of an added extra. Today I'm not going to be doing work because it's my birthday. Erin is on the way, and we're going to be seeing her very shortly. So we'll see what Mrs. Esdog is up to, and we will video what's what. But we're mainly celebrating tomorrow because I'm going to celebrate with my mum and dad, and my dad is working tonight. So that is that.
Go, 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 show.
Good job, spring. Oh my god, we can have chips and gravy.
Just like 5 sprays.
Better not be as good as mine.
Already eaten, as
Again.
per. Good morning, guys. I've got my Be Cappy Capybara hat on this morning, and it is Friday or Friday. Erin and I are out for a walk together, but she feels like she looks a bit rough this morning, so. But it's very nice for her to wake up with me to spend a little bit of time before work this morning. And we have seen a lovely little cat, which Erin has stroked. And I also gave a little bit of a stroke as well. And I've woken up this morning and I am a little bit, I went to bed last night and I'm a little bit ill. You would have seen I got like the whole sweeps. I've got a bit of a sore throat, a bit of a cold. I've not had a cold for literally months. Even when I came back from Thailand, I was absolutely fine, which I was surprised at. But I feel a little bit rough this morning, but not too bad. And yeah, looking forward to the last work day. I've been told it's dress down Friday, so I'm going to listen to that advice and I am going to dress down.
I hope it's like non-school uniform day where you'd actually go in your non-school uniform and all your friends would be in your uniform and you'd have to turn around and get changed. That
is exactly what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking, am I being wound up here? But we'll see. This is what I'm wearing for non-school uniform day. I've got my Carhartt jumper on, a Carhartt t-shirt on. I wanted to wear a different t-shirt, but Esdog didn't let me. And then I've also got American Eagle jeans on and the Pandas as usual, which I will do up when I actually get there. But I've got to leave because otherwise I'm scared I'm going to be late, even though I'm probably going to arrive there very, very early. And I will see you whenever I see you next. Apologies for not using the mic as well for this bit. That is the work week done and dusted. First week ever being in an office. And as I say, I've enjoyed it overall. I feel really tired now. I think it's a mixture of everything, like just the last few days, learning, settling in and everything like that. Feeling a little bit ill today. It's sort of an early start over the course of the week and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, just had to do a decent amount of stuff today as well. And like, it was all new stuff, so it just takes up so much more sort of brain power, looking through everything and all that sort of stuff. But enjoyed it, as I say, very happy with settling in. Feels like a good place to be. Very happy with all of that. And to reward myself for my hard week of work, I have just gone and had to spend 50 quid on a tank of petrol, because the petrol prices have shot up because of everyone panic buying it because of everything that's going on in the Middle East. So that is fun. What a present. And tonight is sort of like my birthday celebration, so I'm going to be opening like my presents, my cards, and I'm also going to be having a gorgeous Chinese, the best Chinese in Swindon, 7 stars, absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, that is the end of the vlog. I'll show you what I get up to tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed. And I'd say in future, I'm going to show you sort of me going to the gym around work, how I'm getting in really good shape around work and everything like that. I'm just showing you through everything as I go through. So stay tuned. And thank you for watching. Adios and hasta luego.